My name is Key, and in today's video I'm going to show you the warm-up I personally use as someone who's coached thousands of players and has hit Immortal 18 times, proudly Heartstuck. I wanted to show you a warm-up that's specifically designed for higher ranks that have built up their mechanics, and something quick, easy, but yet extremely effective. Let's get into it. Now, first things first, I just want to say we always start off in the range. If you want to do aim labs, I don't suggest doing it every day. I think doing it every day can yield worse results than practicing in-game mechanics. So I recommend doing aim labs about once every week, especially after a long pause in playing. Now, first up, all we're going to do is do practice spots with no strafe, and we're just going to practice our movement. So I put the little overlay on the screen so you can see my inputs, and all I want you to do is go ahead and grab the sheriff, and you're just going to practice moving back and forth on targets, stopping and shooting. Back and forth on targets, stopping, shooting. And you just want to try to get comfortable by having your crosshair placed on their head when you stop. It's really good if you change from, for example, this is like a really long strafe here to like a really short strafe. It's really helpful to kind of switch it up because remember in game you also don't do this. Same with the left and right. So first I would just go left and right, get comfortable with this movement. Slow it down if you notice you're missing too many shots. I'm not going to force a time limit on you or force a certain amount of bots on you. I just want you to do this until you feel ready. Remember, the point of warm-up is to basically get used to what's on your screen, get the neurons firing to bring your muscle memory back to life. Next up, we're just going to grab the Vandal, turn off these bots, and I just want us to practice our dead zones on the wall. I want you to get comfortable with this back and forth movement. Same thing here, switch up directions, switch up the length, the long strafes for short strafes. Just practice on the wall. I want you to get really comfortable. You should be able to get to a point where you can just rapid fire these shots. You can see a few inaccurate ones there. You just rapid fire shots and you're trying to get comfortable. You know what to do this movement, get the timing down. If you get the timing wrong, you're going to get a lot of missed shots. Okay, once we get this timing down, we're going to go back here and we're going to turn on Eliminate 50 Strafe. We're going to keep the Vandal here and we're just going to do the same exact thing we already did, but now we're going to try to match the movement of the bot. So this guy moves left, I'm going to move left with him. And I'm going to try to hit my dead zone shot on him when he stops. So I go like this, hit the dead zone shot on him. Dead zone shot on him. And now we're practicing the same thing, but with moving targets. I would suggest you wait for them to move. That's my bad. Wait for them to move and then do it. Just get comfortable with the same movement. Remember that a lot of fights are actually very similar to this. You basically see a target, you have your crosshair placed on him or near him, and then they suddenly move to the side and you have to readjust. So this is really good for that sort of training. If we do it where we just keep shooting these guys every single time and we're not adjusting for any movement, it's really bad practice. So remember, always wait for the movement, then do your adjustment. So once you get comfortable with this, these are our two major trainings. The only other thing I want you to practice is go over here on the wall, and then I just want you to practice your spray transfers. So one target to the next, one target to the next. On these farther ones, it's gonna be a bit harder. I just want you to practice. Let's get it down. Try to just pick two targets and then transfer from one to the next. Transfer from one to the next. Another thing you can do if you feel so inclined is basically do the same practice we've done before. I really like doing this. I tend to do this if I just want to do a bunch of rapid movements and do a bunch of different targets. It's really, really nice. So basically the same training as before, just moving back and forth. Okay, that is literally all we're doing in the range. That is 4, maybe 5 exercises that you have. And if you're really feeling not warmed up, if you really want to try it, you can do a deathmatch. So let's go ahead and queue for one. Let me give the criteria here for deathmatches though. I would only do deathmatches if you want to practice crosshair placement or gunfight hygiene. If you feel like that's not been going well in your games, I would do deathmatch, or if you haven't played for a while. The major reason is deathmatch is not even real game scenarios. It's really best for practicing these two things alone. And what tends to happen with a lot of players is they play deathmatch, they do bad, or they do really good, and then they expect similar results in their comp games. So remember, deathmatches are very different than comp games. You literally just treat them to practice your gunfight hygiene and crosshair placement. So I'm literally just going to run around. I'm going to try to find opponents and then to do the best I can to practice my gunfight hygiene and crosshair placement. That's literally all I'm here to do. Pair player, I just try to line up my crosshair, try to practice good gunfight hygiene. I strongly believe that warm-ups do not have to be some complicated mess where you have to do all these different things. Even the best players in the world, if you ask them, some of them just do a bunch of death matches before they play. Maybe some do a little bit of range, but it's really weird because these players don't do a crazy amount of this and that and all these crazy routines that we see like published online. It's really just get comfortable with the game. Remember that warm-ups are completely different than things like training routines. So you're not trying to do something really specific or train something really specific. You're just trying to get comfortable with the game. But yeah, that's literally it. That's all I have for you. If you guys want to see any other stuff, feel free to check out the free guide or the coaching in the description. All that stuff's available for you guys. I just want to see you guys improve. So that's going to be it for today's video. Feel free to let me know what you'd like to see next time, any questions you have from this one, and we will talk about it. Have a good one. Best of luck out there.